Hi, Terry.
Hello, Swana.
Hey, hi.
Hi, Swana.
Hey, hi, Alicia.
Alicia, you're coughing too?
Oh, yes. I'm having a slight.
I am so not feeling too good.
You can hear my husky voice.
Yeah. Choose your background.
So you and Terry have the certificates, right? I put it in
Yes.
for PPT.
Yes, we have received. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Lysian.
Hi, Swana. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Alicia.
Hi.
Okay, now we seek all the club names on, yeah?
Yeah. Must get the free gift, ma.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, your voice, Alicia.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of a cold.
Okay.
So I managed to convince my Wampo club members to attend. So I'm the last person to add to the fifth one.
Oh, that's why I saw just now. I saw Haja is there in the waiting room, but
Yeah,
I
they're
just
all
put,
coming in.
yeah, I just told them wait because I just want in case you all want to test something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm making you as the co-host as well.
Thank you.
Wait, okay, and then Lysian as the co-host as well. Okay.
Don't take pictures again.
Yeah. Hey, I think you should take a picture when everyone is there in the beginning. I don't know. Let's share Suzanne come. We'll decide when to take a picture before because at some point of the discussion it peaks. You know, the number of people peak.
And in the middle is the best.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. So you take it in the middle. You know, maybe you put it in the group chat. Can you switch on your cameras? You know, we can take a picture.
I think it's better for maybe Suzanne or someone to announce it because some of us may be just listening and not looking at the screen at some point. If we are listening,
But in between is difficult. The panel discussion, you cannot say, "Hey, wait."
Deepak is here.
Deepak is here. Let him in, because he may want to check his audio, video, and all that. Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, very clear, very clear.
So I don't need to use the. Let me see a piece. I cannot use the.
Hello.
Hi, Niza.
Niza.
Hi.
Hi.
Let me try and download the background.
Did Susan send you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I can put in the chat group.
I've got it. I just need to download to my laptop.
Hi, good afternoon, Deepak.
Hello, Swarna. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it's lunchtime for you though.
Well, actually, my lunch is usually between 1:30 and 2. So this is perfect time.
Okay, that's good.
So I'm going to have lunch after we finish.
Oh, that's nice. We will try and finish. We have been doing that. We are trying to finish by 4. That means 1 hour.
Sure.
But in case today, because there are 5 panelists, I expect a little bit more questions. So
Mhm.
in case there are questions, then we may go up to 410. Yeah.
Sure. Hi, Patricia. Long time no see.
Good afternoon, Deepak. It's not so long, really.
I know.
This is like what, last week or so? I don't know.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Oh, 2 weeks ago. Okay. And after that, I'm so under the weather.
Oh, really? What happened to you?
We're having a heat wave here, I think, and the doctor says it's internal dehydration, so taking lots of fluids. Yeah,
Good. Please take care of yourself.
sure. Thank you.
Welcome, highly esteemed panelists, Deepak, Patricia, Niza.
Hello.
Hello, Alicia.
Hello, Alicia.
Hi, Deepak. Nice to see you again. You remember
Nice.
meeting you at Sing Health before? We had a Division Z contest long time ago.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice to
Then
meet
we
you
snapped
again.
a picture with you. Then finally can see you again.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Oh, Lysian, you're talking about pre-pandemic, yeah?
Yes. So I remember going to Division Z. I think it was a humorous speech and evaluation contest. Then I had a picture with the then Division Z director Yong Ki and the then were you international president or international president elect? I forgot at that time because at the time I wasn't into the district. I don't know what's happening above cloud level.
Which city was this in?
Singapore.
Singapore. No, so this was not me. This was somebody else because I've never been to Singapore before.
Yeah, that's what
It
I
was
thought.
Oh,
And
this was another.
It may be Balraj.
Could be Balraj. Could be Balraj.
Yes.
I remember it was a PIP, but it was a blur. I couldn't find the picture again.
Yeah, must have been Balraj. Balraj comes to Singapore very often.
Oh. Are you coming
But
to
also he
Singapore?
has been there officially also, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, he's come officially. He has business interests, and currently his daughter is working in Singapore.
Oh, that's nice.
Are you coming to Singapore anytime soon?
I will be coming in June.
Please come.
Maybe after our annual conference.
Hmm. So now I got a mail from Amber from World Headquarters saying that you may want me to come to the district conference in May. So maybe
I have informed a district conference is all handled by PQD. So I informed him about it.
Okay.
And so he said he already has his panel and his keynote and everyone. So
Wonderful.
doesn't know how to engage you. So he said, I think he wants to skip it for now.
Okay, great. Because then I had other plans which I was keeping on hold.
Oh, okay.
Then
I actually told Amber as well about it.
Okay, I did not hear back. I haven't heard back. That's the reason I thought, let me reconfirm so that I can then go ahead with my other plans.
Yeah. I in fact told her also. I said I didn't know you could invite. So, but anyway, I've invited him for the panel discussion. I told her that as well. To invite you, do we need permission? I don't think so, right?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Because I'm not on the board, right? So there's no approvals required.
I just want to check whether it is my screen or is my Wi-Fi problem because I am not seeing you on the screen, Deepak. I'm not seeing you on the screen, and I'm not seeing Swana. You are on the screen, right? But I don't see you.
Maybe you have put only on go to gallery view.
Yes. I'm on gallery, but what I'm saying is, I think Deepak, the screen is black, but your screen is like store, so it could be my Wi-Fi problem. Is that right?
It could be your device because I can see you clearly.
I know
Usually
I can see myself.
I can also see you clearly because usually if it's network problem, means it's both ways.
So what is the problem? What can be the problem now?
People coming in. Hello.
Yeah, so what can be the problem? I don't see.
You don't see all of us, or only
no,
one?
I don't see.
Device going a bit crazy.
Deepak. I don't see Deepak on the screen.
Can you see me on the screen?
I can see you, Patricia.
Yeah, but I don't see, so I don't know what's the problem. Should I go out and come in again?
Yeah, I think it will be
Okay,
helpful.
I will just leave and
Restart.
come back. Okay.
Restart everything.
Mhm. Niza, you have the Zoom background, right?
Hi, Christina. Hello, Haja. Hello, Mike Moon.
Okay, maybe you want to share with all of them the generic Zoom screen,
Yeah, no problem.
Christian? Who's doing it? Whoever's
Okay.
doing it.
I
Yeah.
can get it up.
Okay. Hi, Christina. Just indicate your club as well, so we know who's coming from where.
Patricia is back. Hi, Hi, Patricia.
Okay.
Can you
It's
see us?
better now. Yes, it's better now.
Yeah. Hello, Christine. Christina, Haja, Mike, and Safarina. Do download this virtual background and then we can all have this awesome speaking. On Pro Toastmasters.
Okay. Alicia will do that, I think. Yeah. Thanks, Haja.
Thank you. Terry, are you clocking any clocks today?
Tahun baru kan
Really?
You know Mandarin?
Or is it Raffles?
Oh, he said Raffles, is it? Oh, okay, okay.
Cannot tell.
I heard.
I remember seeing
Yeah.
a bit muffled. Christina also from Raffles, right? And Patricia is Punggol Park.
No, it's okay. Patricia, don't rename. You don't rename. We know you. Okay. It's just for those who are coming in. Other than that, we just want to know which club they're coming from.
1, 2, 3. Hello, Niza. Is Niza saying something? Mute.
Hello, Niza. You can't become PDD yet, huh? You're still IPDD, huh?
Who named me? Not me. Hello, Deepak.
Hello. Good
Hi.
afternoon.
Afternoon. Hi, Pat.
What is PDP?
IPDD.
This Patricia got a new name today.
PDD.
PDP. PDP.
Hello, Hari sir. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I'm going all over the places. You know, you're having contests going on.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I had an invite as well. I said, sorry, I cannot do multitasking.
Immediately after this talk, I'm going to another event. The whole of this month, we have 47 events.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
47 events in 30 days.
Yes.
Yes.
This is a
32
Tamil language month, right?
Language.
In Singapore, we celebrate April as Tamil language month. So the whole month we have events happening. Yeah, and Mr. Hari has his own quite a few of them participating. Yeah, I think they even have the debate and all that also, right, Mr. Hari?
Yeah, that's right.
Mm.
Very, very interesting. So April every year is celebrated as a Tamil month, is it?
Yes, because Tamil is a official language in Singapore.
Right.
So Tamil is actually celebrated as Tamil language month in April because that's when we have the Vishu and New Year, you know, so that's why. You celebrate Vishu, sir?
Yeah, we do.
Mm.
Mhm.
a nice pin.
Where's yours? You're wearing-
On the
Ah. You're taking the call from home or from office, sir? Mr. Hari?
So, sorry, I'm at the office now.
Mm.
So once this is over, I'll be going to UPTLC for the other event. Once that is over, then I'll move on to another event. That is our TLCS here. So packed with events, Saturdays, Sundays. Mr. Deepak called and told me yesterday that he'd be wearing a red tie, so I also followed him.
Well, whoever predicted it was absolutely right.
But every time I've seen you with the red tie, sir. Deepak.
I favor red ties. Our whole collection.
I just realized it started the record, is it?
Okay, you want me?
Good afternoon, everybody. Past International President Deepak Menon, DTM. Our 4 past district directors, Patricia Lam, DTM, Harikrishnan, Muthusamy, DTM, Katie Toh, DPTTM, and Niza, Khalil, DTM. District Director Swana, DTM. Program Quality Director Hakim, DTM. Club Growth Director Sharon. Past and present district leaders and officers, fellow Toastmasters, a very fantastic afternoon to all of you for taking the time to join us in this very, very special moment of discussions on the future. Right. As we know, today is the 4th installment of our panel discussion series to celebrate District 80's 20th anniversary. And we're going to look at how we can gaze into the future of possibilities by empowering our members. Now, for this, I would like to borrow a statement from the Toastmasters International's Envisioned Future Statement. And it says, TI strives to be the first choice provider of dynamic, high-value, experiential communication and leadership skills development. Now, as we reflect on this statement, we ask ourselves, as Toastmasters, how far can we go into the future to enable individuals to embrace an increasingly volatile world? A world that calls for more voices to be heard from schools, workplaces, and communities, so that we can make the world a better place to live in. And to kickstart this event, I would like to invite everybody to put our hands together to welcome District 80 Director Swana Kayan, DTM, to give her opening address. Over to you, Swana.
Thank you, Sharon. Our esteemed guests here today, past International President, DTM all, Deepak Menon, our past district directors, Patricia Lam, Harikrishnan, and Kathy, and our IPDD, Niza, Khalil, our PID, Kim Seong, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. I would like to say that this district is very unique because I can call and say, Taja hao, Wanshan hao. And of course, Vanakkam sir, Vanakkam to everyone. And Salamat, Tega Hari. This is the beauty of District 80 because we are extremely diverse and at the same time united as District 80. Coming together as a beautiful district with so many different races, languages. In all, we have about 15 language clubs in District 80. And that makes us unique as Toastmasters as well. And today, as we look forward and we want to see 20 years, we have done amazingly well. And thanks to all those wonderful past district directors and district leaders who have the vision to take us this far. As a district, as a leader today, I know that I have to set right for the future. And for that future, what is it that we want? And now we would like to think together and see what is it that District 80 wants to do in the future. Many a times when I have been approached for the past 3 terms as a district leader, I have always been asked by TI. We have been together, the CEO has been asked, do you want to reform? Friends, do you know what reformation means? It means that we split into 2 districts because we are a large district. So do we want to reform? Is that the future of District 80? Or is there something else that we can do? And that's what we are going to hear from all these leaders here who will share their view, and let us take it forward. Over to you, Suzanne.
Thank you very much, Swana. Right. So let's start by getting to know our panelists first. Right. Today, we are very, very honored and very humbled to have with us past International President Deepak Menon, DTM, all the way from India. Can I invite can I request our Zoom master to put Mr. Deepak in the spotlight?
Thank you. I want you see here too.
Yes.
I want you see here too.
Can I also ask, requested for the rest of us who are not speaking to be muted? Thank you. Right. Thank you very much. So Mr. Deepak is the past international president for 2019 to 2020. He has been the driver of success behind the world's fastest growing district. And we're going to hear more of this success from him afterwards. He has a deep passion in lifelong education. He has overcome all the challenges to become DTM in 6 times. And he has a very special message to share with our young Toastmasters. Right. Thank you. Up next, we have Patricia Lam, DTM from Singapore. Patricia Lam is the district director for 2016, past district director for the term 2016 to 2017. She was the only Toastmaster in 2011 to be awarded the Toastmaster of the Year and International President Citation Award. Her leadership continued to be recognized after her term as she was appointed district advisor to 3 district directors after her term. And today she remains active, serving and contributing to the Toastmasters movement and its projects and initiatives. Next up, we have Mr. Harikrishnan Muthusamy, DTM. He's the district director, past district director for 2018-2019. He's a master of all trades. And of course, in our context, he is a master of leadership roles in Toastmasters from club president all the way to district director. He was conferred the Toastmaster of the Year Award and District Governor's Citation Award, and he was instrumental in building Tamil language Toastmasters clubs, not just in Singapore, but also in Malaysia, UK, Middle East, France, and Australia. Next up, can I ask the Zoom master to mute those who are not speaking? Thank you. Next up, we have Katie Toh. Katie Toh, DTM, is the district director for 2021-2022. She had the unique experience to drive change as the Division L director, the club growth director, and district director during the COVID years. And she played a very major role in driving success in pathway adoption for Chinese Toastmasters clubs in District 80. And last but not least, we have Niza Khalil, DTM, District Director for 2022-2023 term. She was awarded Toastmasters of the Year 3 times in a row And all of us would remember her commitment to grow corporate clubs, her courage to take on bold decisions to strengthen District 80 clubs, her desire to revitalize the passion of learning through the setting up of the online Toastmasters Learning Institute. Can I invite everybody to join our hands together to give a round of applause to our esteemed panelists? Thank you. Right. Without further ado, we shall now move on to the first question of today's panel discussion. And for this, I would like to hand over the time to Swana to kickstart. Over to you, District Director Swana.
Thank you. Thank you, Suzanne.
Yeah.
And this is a question to our past international president, Deepak. As a leader in Region 13, which we are a part currently, which is also one of the fastest growing regions, how would you define sustainable success for members in this region? Over to you.
Thank you very much, Swarna. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this fabulous panel discussion, the future of Toastmasters. You asked me about how sustainable development and sustainable growth applies to the members of Region 13. In fact, it applies to people across the world, all members across the world. I think sustainable development, sustainable learning is dependent on whether the needs of the members are being met, whether they are being served for the purpose that they join Toastmasters. Because if they're not, then they are not going to have any kind of sustainability in Toastmasters, which is something that we see. We see poor retention because members' needs are not met. So if members' needs are met, that's a clear indication that there's a sustainable program that's in place. The second most important thing to ensure sustainability is the quality of the meetings. As per our founder, Dr. Al Smedley, everything happens at the meeting. We all know that everything that we learn happens at a Toastmasters meeting. Our leadership learning, our communication learning, our interpersonal growth, all of that occurs during a Toastmasters club meeting. So the club meeting is really very critical and crucial to the sustainability of Toastmasters, to the development of the members. And so we need to ensure that what we are offering is of the highest quality, so that every single club in your district, in districts across the world, that means all the clubs in Toastmasters International, should be providing a very high quality program which will enable members to develop and grow. The third factor, I believe, for sustainability is quality mentoring. I believe that if every member is blessed to have a good mentor who's able to show them the way, help them and guide them in finding their feet in Toastmasters, we're not going to see any member leave ever, because they will always want to stay back to enjoy the fruits of Toastmasters. So indeed, the three things that I feel are the most vital for sustainability are ensuring that members' needs are met, a high quality meeting, and fabulous mentors. Madam District Director.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, this is indeed, yeah, we always go back to the club. Whatever the district, everyone, it goes back to the club. And thanks for reminding us on this. Wonderfully said. I would invite the other panelists to share your view on this as well. So can we start with Patricia, Harikrishnan, Kathy, and Niza? Yeah, Mr. Hari wants to say, I think Patricia, not able to unmute. Yeah.
Patricia is unmute. Okay, maybe I'll go first.
Yes, please.
Like a very experienced Toastmaster, like Mr. Deepak has said that some of the challenges we are going to face and in Toastmasters. If you look at Toastmasters in general, 100 years, a century, a great organization. Specifically, you find that Toastmasters has gone through challenges at different periods. Every 25 to 30 years, some challenge comes in, and Toastmasters go through a different paradigm shift, one after the other. And COVID, of course, everybody knows, during COVID period, the membership of Toastmasters dropped to a great extent. It's not a small number. It's 100,000 plus. So there's a big drop. But in future, what is going to happen to Toastmasters? That we'll discuss later. So Toastmasters has gone through different paradigm shift and different challenges time to time. And they have overcome all these challenges because of leaders like who are here present today. You have made it happen. So we are still moving ahead. So we'll continue having challenges and we'll continue to move ahead in spite of challenges like AI coming up. So don't worry, AI is not going to replace us. See whether we can replace AI. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hari. Yes, it is very important to remember that we leaders also make a difference to how sustainable we can be. Yes, that's a good reminder. And Patricia, for your view.
My apologies earlier because, like I say, Wi-Fi is really pretty weak at this moment. Well, the thing is, Deepak has already said that what we need for our challenges and going forward is the basic needs of our members and the quality meeting. And it's really very hard to find leaders who are passionate enough to bring that forward. And we can get members to do pathways. We can get members to stay on with the clubs. But how much can we leaders add values to these members that matters, that will bring success to our region as well as to all members? We talk about AI, which AI is definitely here to stay, and there's no doubt about it. But I think there are still areas where AI cannot be replaced. And I think we will talk about that a bit later. Yes, as what Hari said. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Over to you, Kathy.
Thank you. Now, when it comes to sustainability in terms of the future, we're looking at beyond just the tangible targets and success that we are all used to. How do we harness technologies, AI, to help us to bring in the intangible success and balance it with the tangible success that the district needs in order to be able to, the traditional view of tangible success. This is something that we need to balance out. The members need intangible and the district needs in terms of tangible success. How do we balance this thing? That's AI, and that's for us to determine. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, that's a very wonderful view. Thank you so much for that. Tangible and intangible, always a struggle. Yes, Niza, over to you.
Hi, everyone. I would like to echo what Deepak has mentioned regarding the quality meeting. I was at the division contest yesterday and I spoke to a few members coming from a very successful and active members. I encouraged them to step forward to serve as an area director. If you're coming from a very active and successful club, that means your club is doing a few things successfully. You have maybe more than one best practices. And when you are an area director, you will guide clubs in your area how to be successful as much as your club. Share the best practices and avoid, procedures or conception, anything that is not very positive. So we need such leaders to come forward, to share their positive thinking, their winning formula that they have to help clubs that are not very active, and certainly that would help District 80 to move forward and strengthen. As our Didi mentioned, TI is always asking, when are you going to have another district? When are you? So I think before we are ready to do that, we really need to strengthen what we have. And then we'll be strong enough, big enough to split into two. Thank you.
Thank you, Niza. Yeah, so many, right? To serve as area directors, I think Deepak also mentioned about quality mentoring. I think both of them work together. Step up as a leader or step up as a mentor. It really helps, because if you're coming from a strong club, you can teach someone else the methods or best practices, take it forward to the other clubs. So thank you so much. I now hand over to Suzanne for the next question.
Unmute. Yeah.
My apologies. Right. So just now we've actually gone through a bigger picture to look at the future of Toastmasters in the context of sustainability success. Okay, but right now we are going to zero down to something that is that everybody cares about, and that is Toastmasters education. And this is a question that I would like to address to Patricia and Katie, right? So as we all know that a lot of times the focus of our Toastmasters education is very much on empowering our members. So how do you see this approach continuously going to shape the future of communication and leadership training in 10, 20 years' time? Can I invite Patricia to start? Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne, for that question. And of course, we all know that the world is changing rapidly, and our lifestyle is changing as well. People no longer stay in one place for as long as they used to. And we may not have the luxury of being with the same group of people, be it relatives, friends, or colleagues, for as long or as much as we do now. Therefore, we probably need to acquire skills and knowledge accordingly to whom and where we are with at that moment. And TI allows us that flexibility. I have always emphasized to my members that Toastmasters clubs are all over the world, and they can do their projects anywhere they may be. My club, a few days ago, my club president told me that she is going to leave us for Germany in a few months. Yeah, we are going to miss her a lot, this lovely young lady. I hope she's here with us today. But we know that she will be completing her pathway at a different place, far away, yet in exactly the same way that she's doing it with us here. And that's comforting to know that whilst we are far apart, we are still bonded and united as one family. TI's program is very personalized and flexible. It fits right into our changing lifestyle. And furthermore, Toastmasters is always staying current with the times. As we know, it has been changing. My 20 over years in Toastmasters, the program has changed. And staying current, staying relevant as the world changes. I believe with this personalized and flexible programs that we have, we will continue to empower members the way that we are doing right now. Thank you.
Thanks, Patricia, for sharing the point that it will continue to be relevant to the way we go with our lifestyle, being more flexible and still bring us together as a family. Katie, what is your take on this topic?
Well, I've been through the legacy program and introduction of pathways, and this actually brought us to on the focus of empowering members. When you have a customized, personalized education program, and you use a new technology to introduce this to a wider group of people. Now, how do you make sure that our members are able to harness this technology and not be impeded by this technology acceptance level, whereby they will not be able to progress much in terms of education? Because by empowering, you are letting them have the say on how they're going to do their programs. But if you have that barrier and you raise up that barrier, it's not going to empower them. It's going to make them feel that there's additional struggle in order to reach their personal growth. So in terms of empowerment in the future, what I see is that they're going to break down the barrier. That then redefine the boundaries. Technology is not something that's going to be a hindrance. It will be at the advantage to allow our members, whether they are in person or they are overseas, to be able to access to education program to enhance their personal development. And this is the integral part that we need to bring in. Because we will not be able to measure just on like pathways adoption, on the success that the members are being empowered. Because adoption is one thing. If they are not going to really work on their progress, it is not doing much good to them. It's like just throwing them a phone but not teaching them how to use it. They are not reaching out. They are not really bringing out that capability that we have in order to reach out to the wider audience. What are the tools that we have? And this is the communication part. And leadership, we are able to reach out to leaders beyond our shores, hear from experience. And this is part of empowering as well, because you learn more through hearing experience from others. And then you try to incorporate and develop your own strategies. So that's my take on how this is going to structure the futures of our communication and leadership training. Thank you, Suzanne.
Thanks very much, Katie, for sharing. Now, before I move on to Mr. Deepak, can I invite Mr. Hari and Ms. Niza to share your inputs as well? Yes, who would like to start? Mr. Hari?
Go ahead first. Ladies first.
Okay. Yes, Niza. Yes.
To add on to what Patricia and Katie has mentioned, the future communication and the leadership training certainly will continue with what we have now. Possibly it will become a little bit more sophisticated with AI. And I believe with that, Toastmasters all around the world would be able to explore a new, not new, but enhance the kind of communications that we already have now. One good example is now coming out from COVID, we all know that we can still stay communicated through Zoom or Teams. So that does not restrict our members to be wherever they are, right? And also, coming back home, even like for a meeting today, a member can be online, but they're not at home, they're on the road or they're on the way home or things like that. So that is the sophistication that we can see in terms of communication. And I can foresee that in future, we will have more innovations and it will simplify, or rather, we are given more opportunities, more varieties of ways we communicate. I think that's how I see how we can empower members to stay connected to their clubs, chapter meetings or their divisions meetings, like that. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Niza. And Mr. Hari? DTM
Yes.
Hari? Yes. Yeah.
As I said earlier, we look at Toastmasters in two parts. One, a local situation, and one globally. What Toastmasters is facing. What Mr. Menon facing in India may not be the situation in Singapore, and vice versa. So Toastmasters is facing different challenges in different countries and different parts of the world. So our challenges are different, and the way we approach and solve these problems are also different. We'll go into elaboration later. Coming into technology, we find that technology earlier, when we had this issue of COVID coming in and disrupting our club meetings, of course, in Singapore, we used technology. We had online meetings, and that continued for some time. So likewise in many other parts of the world. And some parts of the world where technology is not available, they had a difficulty in that area. So now we have AI coming into the picture. People are worried whether it will replace us or what happens. The fear is there in not only in Toastmasters, and also other industries. I think every time something new comes in, the human being, or the fear is in them. But after some time, after studying the fear, they are able to, the human mind is able to put a solution. So I believe this AI will not be a big challenge to us, but we now will be able to challenge it and come with a solution. So there is my strong feeling that we will use AI for our benefit rather than looking at it as a challenge. So, and also, I also find that people are moving. The mobility among the communities are greater. That means people from Singapore moving to other parts of the world, other parts, throughout the world, people around, mobility. So, with that coming into the picture, how Toastmasters are going to thrive in future? Well, again, we had used AI as well as technology to see that we're able to create clubs, and the changes in the means of communication will be different. So now we know, just one example, we had the Tamil clubs, is going on online. So we are able to communicate members from Sweden, Norway, Malaysia, Singapore, Middle East. So many countries are there in the communication part. So let us use all this technology to our advantage.
Thank you, Mr. Hari, Mr. DTM Hari. DTM Deepak, would you like to add on to what our four panelists have shared just now very quickly before we move on to the next question? Over to you.
Thank you very much, Suzanne.
Yes.
I think they've covered a whole lot in the time that was given to them. I'd just like to say that 22 years ago when I joined Toastmasters, in fact, somebody had told me that in April of 2024, I'd be attending a meeting with people from Singapore and talking and participating in a panel discussion, I would have said absolutely not possible. It's not going to happen, not in Toastmasters. So the way technology has already changed our world is amazing. But the fact is that technological advancements are taking place at a much more rapid pace today than they have taken place in the last decade. So the time that we have available to change is also becoming smaller because we've got to keep pace with changing times. And I think Toastmasters' biggest challenge to continue to empower members will be how agile they will be to meet the needs of the members using the technology that is available. For instance, online meetings. I see a completely different kind of online meeting in the future. I see that we will perhaps have some kind of a mixed reality where we will all gather in a virtual meeting room, but we will be present there and we'll be able to even shake hands with each other. We'll be able to make eye contact with each other. We will not be there in flesh, but everything else will be 3D or 4D or whatever you might want to say, but in the same room, even though we may be worlds apart. So my friends, I see that there's a lot that is going to happen in the future in the field of communication and leadership. Because it's a given that irrespective of whatever happens, communication and leadership is going to rule the world. It's only if we are able to communicate will we be successful.
Thank you, DTM, Deepak, and we're really looking forward to the day when we could all come together and in the virtual space in VR, right? That's something that we're hoping for, right? So I will now pass the time over to Swana to raise the third question. Over to you, Swana.
Thank you, Suzanne. Now this question is to DTM Hari and Niza. Let's talk about community, right? And we have seen in COVID causing a huge shift in how Toastmasters community are building both locally and globally. So what is the interesting trends do you think will emerge from this shift? For Singapore as a diverse community in the next 5 to 10 years? Over to you.
Ladies first, Mr. Hari.
Hey, yes.
Right. I would like to bring everybody back to COVID time, right? End of 2019. I was the Division U director. And in August that year, that's before COVID, I chartered a corporate club called VJ Asia. And this is only coming from their HR department, not the whole organization, just HR department. And they started the first chapter meeting already online. I remember that. Online, because it's an Asia Pacific office in Singapore. The HR department has got members from China, Taiwan, Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand as their members. So the meeting was very small, just us in Singapore, and sometimes the Malaysian staff will drive in, and then we have a few people on screen. At that time, certainly Zoom, I think not even started, so they were using some other app. Wasn't very stable. It was very painful. However, we managed to charter the club and also started the meetings, August, September, October, November, and then when it comes to December, they paused for a while, just trying to get back to business again, and they started their online meetings completely. So if anyone asks who started the online meeting first in District 80, it would be VJ Asia. And today, although they remain as HR is an Asia Pacific club in District 80, their membership has grown so much. In fact, they are one of the biggest in District 80, right? And it's only because they have offered their membership to all their employees across Asia Pacific offices. So this is one trend that I believe would be emerging, at least for District 18, especially for the corporate club. And I know UPS, Asia Pacific Toastmasters Club are already doing that. When COVID hits, a lot of corporate clubs are affected. Some are not able to survive, and those are surviving, they are coming back. If their offices they are full-time, back to Monday to Fridays, that's fine. But if their companies are still doing, 2 times a week, then you might have problem trying to get members. So one way of sustaining membership would be offering their membership through, if it's a Asia Pacific region office, to offer their membership to all their offices around Asia Pacific. That would help for the club to grow and certainly expand. Yeah. I mean, for Vision Asia, it's only HR. When I was with them, I keep asking, the club president, why don't you offer to all the other functions? He said, no, I'm with HR. I want to concentrate with HR. And we already see the numbers. Can you imagine if they offer the Toastmasters program to the other functions in Vision Asia, right? And certainly, I mean, this is since 2019, right? And now they are still going strong. Why? Because certainly the management realized that the benefits of Toastmasters program. And having employees from Asia, English is not their first language. And Toastmasters on top of their education program for public speaking, communication, they have helped a lot of their employees improve their communication in English. That would certainly help them to communicate with the rest with their colleagues and certainly, with the top management using English language. Yeah. So that's one trend that I can see emerging at least for the next 5 to 10 years. So, and also I've always encouraged corporate clubs, if you're having problem with your memberships, due to they are not in the office all the time, then you can always, look into expanding it outside Singapore office. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Niza. Coming locally, we look at two parts, locally and globally. Locally, I find that the government policies are very important in building up these clubs. For example, there are a lot of foreigners who are having employment passes here, and they form a great number as Toastmaster members in Singapore, especially the Tamil clubs. If you see, quite a number of them are employment pass holders. And permanent residence status is not given to them easily. They may be here for 15 years, 20 years, but the moment the government policy changes, all these clubs having the PRs as members, they might not be there. Our employment pass holders, all those clubs will vanish. So our membership can dwindle in that area. So government policies play a big role in Singapore. Globally, if you look at it, countries like growing economies like India, I think they are one of the fifth economy, and now they'll be going into one of the biggest third economy very soon. That's the belief, and they're working towards it. And such countries, there are a greater number of clubs growing because they're going globally, and the need for English is there. So in India, we can expect many new Toastmasters clubs coming in and new districts being formed in India. Vice versa, looking at China, with the current political situation, if the tension grows, if matters are not resolved between US and China, then you can see China having its own Toastmasters clubs, apart from which they'll break away from Toastmasters and form their own Toastmasters, in Chinese Toastmasters, whatever. So that is one challenge which the fear is always there. China can break away if the international policies between China and US is not resolved. It's a big number because the China, you can have, like India, we can have several more districts coming up if the political issues are resolved. That's one international arena. Locally, again, we are looking at this is splitting into two different districts. Shall we or shall we not? And Niza has earlier said that we have to put our home right, put our district right first, build it up strong before we even think of splitting into two districts. Well, when the district becomes too big, there are too many clubs in the district, then your control, efficiency, all those things are to be re-looked at. Always think of having a smaller district, more efficient and effective district. So you have to think of that for as far as Singapore is concerned. worldwide. Now, as AI has come and Deepak has said that we are going to shake hands. So, in a virtual meeting, all those possibilities are coming in. So, and it's moving very rapidly. It's not a slow space. It will come in any time. So, with that in mind, how Toastmasters is going to function and how effective will be the training mode, the leadership roles. AI cannot replace the human mind. That is for sure. So we are still at the top. But the challenges we have to face and see what solutions we can come out with to face the incoming challenges of AI. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hari. Thank you, Niza. Yes, of course. We just completed our renewals, and I still remember calling Vishay Asia, is the renewal coming? And they said, yeah, we are coming, and they renewed 120 members. So I know they are the largest club in District 80. So, and it's wonderful how they function as a club, so that is a trend I think a lot of corporates can take forward. When we see corporate clubs fall, I think this is a good trend to say, rope in the region and make it larger, make it sustainable. So thank you so much for that idea. And Kathy, coming from the Mandarin division, what do you think what can you add to this question about communities and how do you see ourselves being in the next 5 to 10 years?
All right, thank you, Niza, for this question.
And if you can engage in Mandarin is fine as well. Yeah, we have members from there as well. Okay.
All right, let me just reply to this question in English. Now, coming from Singapore context, we have clubs of many languages, and this is like a language specificity club that we have unique in Singapore, which contributes to why we have 200 of clubs for such a small country. This language diversity is one way whereby we are able to have this diverse community in Singapore. And from COVID times, we are able to see that from the membership build-up, it's not just on members who are residing in Singapore. We are accepting members who are remote. That means they may have relocated to other countries outside of Singapore, or they are actually based in countries outside of Singapore and joining us as members, remote membership, as well as remote leadership. Now, in the past, before COVID, our so-called remote leadership, they are not really that remote because they have to travel to Singapore in order to serve in events which request for their presence. But during COVID, where everyone is under lockdown, we have remote leadership. And towards the end, right now, we are receptive to having the concept of remote leadership whereby our area directors or even leaders serving beyond that have to relocate. And they continue serving the district outside of Singapore. 5 years, 10 years down the road, are we able to tap into this pool of talents who are no longer be able to be present in Singapore to contribute back to the district? That is the presence, and that's the leadership part which we like to see to have a major impact on our district in that sense. Because talents is all around us. If we just restrict on the pool that is residing in Singapore, it will not be healthy for those who are still learning on the leadership path and those who have to move out the country due to various reasons.
Are you doing a Mandarin version?
Well, I'll say my experience on this part in Mandarin. 在我担任 L 区总监的一段期间，我其中一位分区总监是来自马来西亚邻国的。那他在担任分区总监期间，他是法会分区比赛 L 区的任何活动，他都是从马来西亚越过场地来到新加坡。这个是以前担任区域领袖的一个趋势。那在疫情期间，我们都已经接受到在线上 为我们的区域担任领导服务。未来的5年、10年，这个趋势是不是会影响到我们每个就是在新加坡本地的会员人数，包括愿意担任领导职位的一些职务？这是一个我们值得探讨的地方，就是要如何去确保，如果说我们的领袖不在新加坡，他们如何能够有效的执行他们的一些领导的职务？因为这些经验会给我们的会员带来更多的一些冲击，也让他们的视野能够扩展。因为不管是华语讲语会，甚至是大别讲语会、英语讲语会，他们都有来自不同地区的一些会员，能够让我们的会员在处事或者是经验方面能够获得更大的一些收获。相信在疫情期间，会员成长的那个速度，比我们过去10年、20年看到的还要快。相信未来的5年、10年，我们会看到更大的一个群体，因为他们会掌握到 AI 科技，让他们辅助自己的学习，而不是让他成为一个被支配的一个团队。谢谢。Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I will hand over the stage back to Suzanne for her next question. Thank you so much. Wonderful on how communities can come together.
Right.
Over to you.
All right, thank you, Swana. We're going to move to the last question because we really want all of you, all the panelists here, to share with us your thoughts and your vision. Now, if I would like all of you to, picture this, imagine, okay, that you're going back to the future, all right, that you are traveling to the future, 10 years ahead, you get to be the international president all over again. Which is the one thing that you would want to do to empower your club members? Can we invite DTM Deepak to share first? Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Yes.
Very interesting question, because Toastmasters International bylaws do not permit me to become international president. So it's kind of out of the question, but since you've asked me to think of what would happen if 10 years later I suddenly become the international president, which is in 2034, it's interesting. So what is it that if I were to consider, if I were to look at the scenario at that point in time and predict what would happen, I would say we would have about probably 100,000 odd clubs, and most of them, I would say 80,000 odd clubs would be all virtual, using virtual reality to meet, and they would be very, very successful because we have ensured that there was so much of customized learning available, options for members to interact, to communicate, to deliver their projects, and to find ways in which they could themselves interact with the website, with the mobile app, with the other technological features that are available to manage their own learning themselves. So I see a huge amount of empowerment happening by Toastmasters International, by the board of directors to the members. And of course, the board of directors is going to also get enhanced by that and meet in ways that it's not imaginable today. So I think there's lots of excitement coming up in the future in the Toastmasters world as well as for Singapore.
Thank you, DTM Deepak. And the next we have DTM Patricia sharing your take on the future 10 years from now.
Thank you, Suzanne. I hope I'm still around 10 years from now. Yes, there is going to be lots of excitement going on, coming on, say, 5-10 years. But I would like to go back to basic. And I think feedback, we can come up with many initiatives But I would like to give a voice to our members because our program is about feedback, it's about evaluation, it's about suggestion, recommendation. And that's how we grow and that's how we learn. So I will encourage members to send in their feedback on any initiative that we will come out with. And I will come up with feedback of the month. It's like employee of the month. Correct. And if the feedback is taken up to be implemented, then TI will reward as a recognition. So yes, there's going to be lots of excitement, and I know there's a lot of initiatives coming up. But I would like to go back to basic and give the members a voice on how they want the organization to go forward. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Patricia, for your emphasis on feedback as the way to go for the future. And over to DTM Harikrishnan. Yes.
Yes, this is a very interesting question as what Mr. Deepak has put in. It's going to be something very interesting in time to come. So like Patricia said, whether she's going to be there in 10 years' time is the question. Likewise, I'm also the same. I'm 75. I'm going to be 85 in 10 years' time. So, but I still believe that I'll stay at 85 and work towards Toastmasters empowerment. Coming to the practicality, now, since AI is there, the online clubs are increasing in numbers now because of the technological changes and also global economic changes. We are traveling a lot, our positions and our skills are being increasingly, the government is promoting skills development. They're giving millions of dollars to improve our skills. With the improvement in skills, we are engaged in various technologies and moving to other countries. And we still like to keep in touch with Singapore. So I'm confident that with whatever things that's taking place, we'll keep in touch in a better way, as what Mr. Deepak was pointing out, virtually. And with AI's input, it will be done in a better way, more sophisticated way, and very challenging and very enterprising way it should be in future. So how human communication is going to be something very interesting. So with now AI is coming with a lot of new technologies which almost produces 100 people the same face. So how it is going to take place? Are they can I increase the membership producing 100 people? Or are we going to use that technology to improve our Toastmasters? So a lot of things are there waiting for us, and I'm quite sure that we will still be there in 10 years' time addressing this issue. And Deepak and I will talk about it in 10 years' time.
Thank you, DTM.
How we have overcome all these 10 years.
Right. Thank you, DTM Harikrishnan. Katie, DTM Katie, what is your vision for the future?
Thank you, Suzanne, for the question. Now, if I do get to be the international president in 10 years' time, there are definitely a lot of things that we would like to do, but I hope that I do not need to do that, because by 10 years' time, what we will see in our members is that they have the ability to empower themselves. We don't need to do anything because they have that ability. But what I really want to do is beyond just breaking barriers, beyond breaking the boundaries, redefine success, not just for yourself, but redefine success as a team. Because as a team, you can achieve more than just oneself. So if there's really one thing that I want to do, empower members, redefine success, not just for yourself, but for as a team together. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Katie. And finally, DTM Niza. We are eager to hear from you.
Hi again.
Yes.
It's interesting if one of these days I'm the international president, because after serving Toastmasters District 87 years in a row, holding a leadership role, I think I'm looking forward to my Toastmasters days as a PDD. I'll be just happy as that. However, for today's topic, if I'm the international president, One thing I would like to do, or rather implement, is with the AI, and the panelist has mentioned earlier, us in a room, virtual room, using 3D, 4D, or 5D, we can be in a room. I remember during COVID, some of our training with Toastmasters International was online. We can have, and even for the annual conference, right? So we can have thousands of participants attending that webinar, if you want to call that. So we can have that number and invite each and every club member representative to attend a inspiring, motivating session where members can give feedback, share best practices, and most important thing is for Toastmasters International, give a bird's eye view of what is it to be, or rather, what is it for you if you are taking up leadership roles. Now, over the years, I've noticed sometimes at certain levels, we do have difficulties getting the right people to serve in that certain role. So we end up, I don't know if you want to call it a second best, yeah. And the right people are not coming forward for whatever reason. And I can see that one of the reasons is they do not have enough motivation. I was very motivated for sure, 7 years in a row, right? But it would be good if there are more and more Toastmasters who are willing to come forward to serve and make a difference, for the district where they come from. And we as leaders, we've always inspired, trying to motivate, members to step forward every year. However, if this can come directly from Toastmasters International, I believe it can make a lot of impact. For members, ordinary members, or even EXCO, to hear it. Because if you talk to an ordinary member, they don't even have the slightest idea what district officer do in their own district, if they are not so involved. So if we can have this gathering, a huge gathering from members all over the world, for this one, maybe half a day, full day session, right? And I think that would inspire, because the focus, the objective of this gathering is to motivate and inspire ordinary members to come forward to serve. So what we need to tell them, to make them realize, is what is it for them? What kind of benefits, the advantages, how is it going to change your life if you're a professional, in your office, even as a mother, how, you can better discipline your children, or how you can win that argument with your husband all the time. Yeah. So that would be one thing I might do if I'm the international president.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, DTM Niza, for sharing. And also a big thank you to DTM Deepak, DTM Patricia, DTM Harikrishnan, and DTM Katie for giving your insights and also your sharing of experiences to a future that we can all look forward to. Right, so the time is 4:04 p.m. because this is actually the last installment of our panel discussion series. We would like to hear from you, our audience. Give us your questions to any of our panelists on what you feel about their insights, what they have shared, and feel free to ask any questions that you have right now. So we are going to open to the floor. Zoom Master, could you, or rather, if you have a question to raise, could you unmute yourself and mention your name and the club you come from and which panelist would you like to address your question to? Do we have anyone from the floor asking?
We do have DTM Hari raised his hand.
Yeah. Yes. Just want to tell one final thing, that is,
Yes.
all the technologies that's coming up and more technologies are going to come in future.
Right.
Toastmasters must be ready to apply the technologies. So now, for example, for our Division T, the way the Tamil Toastmasters are, they're all IT savvy. They're very good in IT. So likewise, even new technologies are coming in, the AI and so forth. To apply these applications, Toastmasters must be ready. How many % of these Toastmasters are ready to apply these technologies? So Toastmasters International must be ready with the program to train Toastmasters to apply these technologies in future.
Thank you. Thank you, DTM. Hari. Right. Do we have a question from the floor at this point of time? Zoom Master, do we have anyone raising their hands?
So, Hari, I just want to ask, in that
Yes.
case, if your club is having two meetings per month,
Yes.
would it be a good gesture to have one virtual and the other one the actual one, if circumstances permit?
May we know who's asking
Alice
the question?
here.
Oh, hi, Alice. Alice, hi. Zoom Master, are you able to spotlight her?
Okay, now we can spotlight because she was.
Okay, we'll try to look for Alice.
Yeah.
I see a hand raised on Richard.
Okay, right.
Yes, Alice, we can see you here. So
Yes.
you are giving this question to anybody or any specific person?
Anybody.
Anybody. Okay, who wants to take it on?
Yeah.
Question is whether to have two meetings, one virtual and one.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's a good idea to move ahead, because very soon, I believe most of the meetings will be virtual. So you are getting yourself prepared. So starting with one virtual and one physical is a good idea to start with the two type of meetings. So that will be preparation for the future.
Thank you. And that will also alleviate the problem of having venues. So actually venues is quite a problem and chore for all the clubs, particularly the newer ones.
Right. Thank you, Alice. Yes, Niza. Yes, DTM Niza.
I would like to add, at the end of the day, as a club, we need to listen to our club feedback or requirement. What do they want? If they're fine with, one online, one in person, like, you have mentioned, to make it easier, then go for it. If they are happy to have two meetings, I know it's extra work for the exco to look for venues, but if they're happy doing that, then certainly, find a solution for that. At the end of the day, I think we are here to serve the members.
Yes, Patricia.
And I'd like to add, Alice, that I agree with Niza. The most important is know our members. What do our members want? If we go ahead with having one online and one, offline, one online and one on-site, then our members ready to accept? Do they have the kind of technology and do they have the kind of knowledge? So I think it is important to use technology according to what our members can manage. So yes, listen to them, and then it's not just what we want, but what our members want. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. Right. Thank you, Alice. Right. So I would also like to acknowledge that amongst us, we do have people coming from overseas to join us. In the chat, we have Mr. Ilios Theophilus from Empire TMC, Surabaya, Indonesia, who has also joined us in the midst.
We have two questions. Two hands have been raised.
Right. Yeah. Can I have the two people who have raised the questions? Who are the two?
Richardson first.
I see Richard and Shapohan. Shahan Paul raising.
I see. Richard,
can
would
I
you like
speak
to?
first?
Yes, can I speak first? It's
Yes,
not
Richard.
convenient. It's not convenient for me to switch on my video for the time
Okay.
being.
No worries. Yeah.
How would the past district leaders, the trios especially, how would they encourage and motivate those who have already served at the division level to serve beyond? And especially for someone who doesn't have the temperament, to serve, whether as club growth, program quality, or ultimately district director. Share your experiences. Anybody? No takers.
Richard, maybe I take up that challenge. I know that I know you very well, and I think when you talk about don't have that temperament, you may probably be referring to yourself. Am I right? I know Richard for
Definitely,
long
definitely.
time, and I have always asked Richard, you are very, you're very, how does it? Yeah, very experienced with the Toastmasters structure, with its organization. You are with clubs, and you know many people in these in our district, and I'm sure beyond as well. So I'm always asking you, why don't you take up this, say, higher leadership? But you always tells me that it is, you have your own issue. So how do I motivate you, Richard? Is I'm talking personally to you, right? How can I motivate you to go to take up further leadership? Is temperament is something that we can, how shall I say, learn to adapt to the environment. And I'm sure you would have the IQ, EQ to be able to handle the people, the situation. And I don't come in when I take up leadership with experience or with high qualification, but be willing to roll up your sleeve and learn and do when something is given to you. So I always tell people I'm not a speaker, I'm a doer. I hope that helps you, Richard. Thank you.
My EQ is very, very poor.
All right.
Yes. Any other encouragement? Any other encouragement? Motivation? Yes, Deepak.
Thank you for that wonderful question. Of course, Patricia has addressed you directly because she knows you very well, obviously. And so she knows how to motivate you. But generally speaking, if we want to motivate leaders to take up the next step, especially take on the district trio roles, I think it's important to, again, go back to the basics. Why did we join Toastmasters? We've joined Toastmasters to become better communicators and better leaders. And Toastmasters is a learning laboratory. We learn at every single step of the way. So even the roles of the club growth director, program quality director, district director, while they provide service to the members, also teach those individuals who have taken on those roles valuable leadership lessons, which they can apply in every aspect of their life. I learned so many new skills in every single leadership role that I have taken. And I think the way to motivate individual members to take up these positions is to be able to tell your story. What is it that you gained? How did you feel when you became a leader? And what would it do to them when they become a leader? So it's a question of what's in it for me.
I would just like to add, Richard, to answer your question. CGD and PQD has got their own team, and each team, it varies from 10 to 14 support members, right? And certainly we, PQDs and CGDs would really appreciate, leaders like you, possibly not able to commit full time because of, the issues that you're facing at the moment. However, you are able to share your experience at certain projects at district level. So I see as a division directors, if you are not stepping up as CGD, as a trio, or even as a SDO, admin, PR, or finance manager, the PQD and CGD would certainly welcome you to their team, offering the area of your expertise, and that would certainly help the PQ and CG team to really be very, very effective for that team and do all the wonderful things that we should be doing for that time. Yeah. So that's how I see how a division director can move forward, and if you do not want to commit that full term, you can always do an ad hoc projects like annual conference or any other big open house event that district is organizing. Yeah, thank you.
Richard, do our panelists answer your questions? Yes. Okay.
Maybe 60%. I'm still not convinced.
Okay, we can take this offline here because the time is. Thank you so much, Richard. Because the time is 4:15. Shannon, do you have a question in mind for the panelists before we wrap up the session for today?
Hi everyone. I'm Shahan.
Yes. Yeah, Shahan.
Yes. Some of you may know I'm actually born and bred here in Sri Lanka, but since 2021. I've been calling Singapore my Toastmasters country, my home. District 80 has been my home for years now. And I just wanted to know, going forward, is my future in District 80, is it secure? Because it's not just me. There are so many international members, overseas members, who are part of District 80 family. Many clubs joining many countries, Malaysia, Australia, India, Sri Lanka, many countries. And Singapore is also a home to many business travelers. So Toastmasters District 80 Toastmasters is a diverse community. But I felt last year, a bit insecure because of some of the decisions I felt. Will that be my future coming years to come? Just wanted to get, since we have all the district leaders, the world is adapting to hybrid, and it is here to stay. But I know it's very difficult because of some of the senior membership find it's difficult to adapt to some technological barriers. But going forward, what will be the future? I just want to know, because I don't want to say goodbye to my Toastmasters home, but I want to know whether my future is secure here in District 80.
Will I take that question?
Okay, Katie. Yes, over to you.
Hi, Sean. First of all, we have to thank you for taking part in the contest all these years and bringing our district to the region map. Now, in terms of the futures for our remote members as well as remote leaders, this is something that as a district level, we may not be able to guarantee that is secure, because on decisions made from district level, it will depend on the policies made by Toastmasters International as a global organization at that point in time. So it may change according to circumstances. As far as club level is concerned, definitely as a member, your future is secure because the club has that capability to be flexible in terms of how we conduct our meetings, how we conduct our contests. At a club level, it's very flexible. But when it comes to area, division, and district, we have to conform to certain restrictions because there will be logistics issues that's involved. So, like back what to Patricia and Niza shared earlier about club needs for the members, how do we balance the practical aspects of logistics in terms of the area, budget, division, and district, and to be able to cater to every members who are, whether they are in Singapore or they are beyond the shores. We can't really guarantee on that aspect. but we would hope to encourage on members to be able to compromise in terms of what they want. If they want to go for a district leadership role or contest roles or being contented to members' learning, there will be different ways where we can help you reach that goal. So there might be some sacrifice that we will have to request from members who decide to take on the contest route or the leadership route. So if we are able to work together, I would say the future is secure. But if due to circumstances that we are not able, then there will be always a certain level of uncertainty involved in the future. So that's my take on your question. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your honest answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shannon, for the question. All right. Okay, we've come to 4:20. I think it's time that we do a wrap up. Right. Swana, would you like to do your closing address before we hand over the virtual certificates to all our esteemed panelists today? Swana, you're muted.
Thank you very much. A wonderful time. Time flew by. The last 1 hour, we did not realize how fast it was.
Yes.
But so many wonderful points. And I would like to say that while we always want to concentrate, and it's a good reminder to all of us here, we have many club leaders here. Anything that we do starts at the club. And I think Deepak put it so well, right? If you want anything, the member, the club is the one who's in charge. So when we have good quality meetings, when we know what our club wants, and we decide for the members, like together collectively and say, this is what we want. And when club is strong, naturally the area is strong, the division is strong, the district is strong, and of course, Toastmasters itself, we can celebrate. So it all starts at the club level. So that is a reminder for all of us as leaders, is that let us do our best in the club. Give every member a chance to grow, and every member to know what they came in here for. And I would like to actually take a moment to tell to Richard, the first thing for anyone, people who know me will say that when I was from division to club growth, nobody knew me. I came in like from somewhere. Nobody knew me. I was only 3 years in the district at that time. And it's not that I had experience. All I can say was I had time and I had passion. So if you really are wanting to take up district leadership, these are important. I have heard this many a times from Niza as well, to say, you have passion, you have the time, then please step up for district leadership. And so how do we groom? Does a character matter? It doesn't, I think, because as long as you can get along with all of us, with your core team, then I think you can do a district leadership as well. As a club growth, can you work with your club growth team? As a PQD, can you work with your PQD team and get the work done? And as district, when you can get everything together. And in every level, I have learned. And I can say, for me, truly, Toastmasters is where leaders are made. And let us look at it. And when people tell me, oh, he's not doing a good job, or she's not doing a good job, I always reflect and say, this is a learning platform. We are not experts here. We are here to learn. Today we do well, we have learned it well. If we didn't do well, we'll take the failures and improve ourselves in the next term. That's how it is. So nobody is penalized here. We are just trying to do our best. So Richard, if you have the time and energy and the passion, which you definitely have, do contribute back to the district. And I'm sure we'll all benefit from that. And I thank each and every one of the panelists. So over to you, Suzanne. Please share the certificates of appreciation.
Yes. Thank you so much, Swana. Right, thank you. And can I request the Zoom Master to first present the virtual certificate to our PIP Deepak Menon, DTM? So yes, Zoom Master, you may like to spotlight PIP Deepak, Swana, and myself on the same screen.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the appreciation.
Yes. Zoom Master? Okay. All right. Thank you. Right.
Thanks a lot. Truly
Thanks.
appreciate your time.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming to join us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right. And next up, we have DTM Patricia Lam. PDD Patricia Lam, DTM. Yes. Yes. A snapshot.
She's not been. Where's Patricia? Can't see her.
Oh.
Okay.
Pat, where are you?
I'm still here.
Okay, we're looking for you. Zoom master.
I have
She
not
was
moved.
there. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finally could.
Okay. Okay. Right. Yes.
Thanks a lot, Patricia.
Thank you
so much for having me too.
Thank you, Pat. And next up, we have PDD Harikrishnan, DTM.
Thank you so much. It has been a great learning experience, and we're also going to get the next future 10 years from now. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your contribution to the district and as well today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next up, we have PDD Kathy Toh, DTM. Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Kathy.
Thanks very much, Kathy. And finally, we have IPDD Niza Khalil, DTM.
Thanks for having me.
Right.
And thanks for all the sharing.
Thank you so much, Niza. Right. And can we also request the Zoom master to take a group photo for all of us here? Not just the panelists, but every single person. You have been wonderful to come and support us as audience. Thank you, Richard and Shihan, for your valuable questions to the panelists. It has been a very engaging Q&A session, right? And of course, last and most important, equally important, is once again a big thank you to PIP, Deepak, to IPDD Niza, to all our PDDs, Kathy, Patricia, and Harikrishnan, for giving your time and effort and sharing of experience to all of us here who have learned so much in this 1 hour and 20 minutes of panel discussion. Right. Are we all ready for a group picture? Zoom master?
We do another round, huh?
Okay.
You can turn on your video. And
Yes.
at the count of 3, 2, 1, we have 3 pictures to take.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. The second one. At the count of 3, 2, 1, go. And the third one. And at the count of 3, 2, 1, go. Thank you very much. Done.
Thank you, Zoom Master. And that brings us to the end of today's program. I hope you have enjoyed all the 4 installments, the 4 parts of our panel discussion series, 20 years in shaping lives, to celebrate District 80's 20th anniversary. And we will make sure that all the Zoom sessions are recorded and featured in our district YouTube channel and also district Facebook channel as well, so that those of you who missed it will get a chance to watch it again. Yes, right. And so, right, thanks very much for today's session. It has been a wonderful session, and I'm sure all of us enjoyed every minute of the golden nuggets that we have gained from this time. On behalf of District 80, I'm Suzanne, DPRM, and we wish you all a wonderful afternoon and evening for today, Sunday, and the rest of the week as well. Thank you very much, and see you sometime next time.
Yeah, and to end, I would like
Thank you everyone.
And to end, I would like to say a big thank you to Suzanne, the district PR manager, and your team for your hard work. Yeah. I know you have been working very hard for all these 4 parts of it, because I receive messages from her at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. So I know how hard she is working. So thank you very much, really indeed. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thanks very
Suzanne.
much.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Bye. Thank you, Paula.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good afternoon, good
Yeah,
evening.
bye-bye.
Really
Thank you.
motivated by the talk.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Deepak. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak. Yeah.
By the panelists. Suzanne, rejuvenated by your panelists and all our members here. Bye.
Thanks, Rina. Bye.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Thanks to the
Bye.
PR team for being here. Bye, Niza.
I'm going
Bye,
back to
everyone.
making my ketupat.
Okay, okay.
Oh, yeah. Hari Raya coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And we
happy
have
Hari
some
Raya to you in
ketupat.
advance.
Bring out your ketupat again. Bring out your ketupat again.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Should we got ketupat?
Cannot. Yeah, there, yes.
Yes. Mm.
Yay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Good night. Bye.